If you're looking for the cheapest and most reliable Madden 22 coins on the market, check out my sponsor, MMOEXPR.com. Links are in the description, and use code JEDI at checkout for 5% off. Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DaCosta here, aka JediBro95, coming at you guys with another video. So, before we get started on this video, let me just say that these next few videos we're all supposed to be in the same video. Actually, I'm just going to put them all together, because at this point, like, I tried to make the best defensive abilities ones, but I could only find them separated into, like, pass rush, run stop, and coverage. So we'll just put them all together in this video. So, for the first half, let's just do pass rush. So now, as you can see here, we got, some good abilities. Now, these are the Madden 21 versions of these abilities, but, they are basically the same. There really isn't anything different on these abilities. Now, two of these are the same. I'm gonna say this one is Edge Threat and one is Edge Threat Elite. But with that being said, let's start off with Adrenaline Rush. So this is 1 AP, and it makes it to where sacks restore all your pass rush points. I'm putting this in F tier. Honestly, for Madden 22, I've never once seen anybody use this ability. I kind of really do think that it's a waste of AP with this game. I don't like it personally. Next we have Edge Threat. Now on this one, we're going to consider Edge Threat. I'm putting this in the F tier as well. It's also not very good. Edge Threat this year is, on next gen, it's not very good. Current gen, it shoots all the way up to A or S tier. But on next gen, personally, I think it's just a waste of AP. I would rather run another ability that I'll showcase to you guys later. Now we got BOGO for 1 AP. This gives you extra. By the way, also Edge Threat is 2 AP. It's 2 AP on all rushing linebackers and ends. Anyways, so for BOGO, buy one get one free. So it gives you a free pass rush point after spending one. I think this is D tier. Honestly, I don't necessarily think it's good, but I don't think it's a waste of EP either. I still wouldn't invest in it, but if you have yet used it and think it's good, let me know. Next we have Defensive Rally. I'm going to put this in C for pass rush. It's Defensive Rally, put it in C tier. Honestly, it gives you an extra pass rush point on all your defensive linemen on 3rd and 4th down, and it is 2 AP, but getting one extra pass rush point, I don't necessarily think is going to be a difference between a sack and a non-sack, so I just think it's not very good. Now, Double or Nothing, I'm putting this all the way up in the A tier. Double or Nothing this year, once again, is very good, and they did drop it down to 3 AP on next gen on Madden 22. It was bumped up to 4 AP last year, but they brought it down to 3 this year. But Double or Nothing is insanely good still. Double your dominant pass rush wins at twice the AP cost. I still do think is really, really good. Obviously, being 3 AP does help out a lot. It's not S tier because it's 3 AP. And even then, sometimes you can get stopped on a double team. Which is why I have 2 Double or Nothings on the outside for my defensive line. Next, we have Edge Threat Elite. Now, I'm putting this in D tier for the sole purpose of the fact that it does give you a higher rate of QB pressure. Now, it is 4 AP on defensive ends and outside linebackers that are pass rushers, and I think it's 5 on run stoppers. So that is a lot of AP, but that is the only reason it's higher than Edge Threat, is because it does give you extra quarterback pressure. El Toro, I'm putting this in the A tier. I've heard a lot of good things about El Toro, especially on all Madden difficulty. I've heard some good things about El Toro. And on power rushers, it's 2 AP. On speed rushers, it's 3. I would obviously put it on your power rushers. Giving, dominant bull rush wins. Doesn't matter twice the cost. You don't have to have 2 times the cost for it. But, dominant wins from bull rush moves, definitely something that can be very good. Extra credit, I believe this one is. I'm putting this in F. I don't think it's good whatsoever. I've tried it. Instant rebate, I also think is F. There's a lot of pass rush abilities that are really bad. Mr. Big Stop, I think, is in the F tier as well. Actually, let's just put all of these ones here in the F tier. A lot of the pass rush abilities in this game are not very good. Other than Double or Nothing and El Toro. Unpredictable, I'm putting this in the A tier. Unpredictable this year has actually been very good, adds less likely to add blocker resistance when successfully winning sheds, can help you get to the backfield more. to be completely honest, and help you get sacks or stoppage in the run game. But ultimately, I do think unpredictable is an A tier ability. And then under pressure, I'm putting in B. The only reason it's in B is because it's very, very good in one specific type of defense. But after that, getting that under pressure, it can be very helpful, and it is 2 AP. But at that point, I personally would rather run double or nothing. I would rather have, the dominant pass rush moves to potentially get more sacks. Anyway, so now that that's done, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be best coverage abilities. So we're going to talk about coverage abilities now for defense. So for me, Acrobat, I'm putting this in A tier. It was very, very good to start the year. One of the best abilities, if not the best ability in the game. But recently, I have found to be that Acrobat has not really been good anymore. Like, Acro has just straight up not been very good to me recently. I don't know if it is because of the pick artist update or what, but yeah, it has definitely been. It has not been as dominant as it used to be. Bench press, I could put in B tier. Giving you giving you good press wins in man-to-man coverage. It can be very good if you are a man-to-man coverage player. I think it's like 3 AP though for bench press, which is gross, but yeah, it is what it is with that. Chuck out, I'm putting this in F. I don't notice it whatsoever. It's not very good to me whatsoever at all, or it has not been good to me. Anyways, next one, putting in deep in zone KO. I'm putting this in F tier. It straight up does not work. I think it's bugged right now. Deep in zone KO is straight up ass right now. It doesn't do anything. I've seen people. I rocked it when I was a little while ago, where I was having like 2 deep out zone KOs and then a deep in zone KO, and then 2 flat zone KOs on the outside, and deep in zone KO just was never activated. Deep out zone KO though, I'm putting this in C tier. I do think it's fine for 2 AP but I think 1 AP. It should be 1 AP for man-to-man, for zone safeties and cornerbacks. Same with deep end zone KO. I think it should be 1 AP for them. But this ability straight up is not very good. It's good if you have the spare AP and you want to help get those extra deep zone reactions. But I just personally have not been liking it recently, so I put it in the C tier. Deep route KO, I'm putting this in B tier. I've heard some good things about this ability this year. It has been very, very good. A lot of people seem to be enjoying deep route KO. So for that, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Flat zone KO, I'm putting in A. This is probably the best zone KO in the entire game. Mid zone KO is not as good as it used to be, which we'll get there when we get there. But flat zone KO this year is actually pretty incredibly good. Like, a lot of when people throw to the flats, you can get a lot of good reactions from your defensive backs. I've actually gotten a pick or 2 out of a flat zone KO from, I think it was Cam Chancellor one time. But yeah, so this is actually very, very good. Lurker, in my opinion, is an S tier ability. You need this ability on your linebackers if you want them to jump. Safeties, not so much. But on your linebackers, you definitely need this ability. Now, EA was generous enough to drop Lurker down to 2 AP. Drop Lurker down, not to 2 AP. Drop Lurker's requirements down on all archetypes. So now in tier 3 at 91 overall powered up, you can unlock Lurker for run stopper linebackers. And then at 90 overall, you can get it for pass coverage and field generals. So they did lower the Lurker requirements, which was fantastic. It was a much needed change. But I personally think you shouldn't need this ability to make your linebackers jump, but it's a must in this game. Now we have mid-route KO. I'm putting this in D. I have not heard many people talk about it this year, and I don't necessarily think it's good. So I'll put it in D. Mid-zone KO, I'm going to put in B tier. It's still good in the right situations, but it doesn't work as well as it did last year. Remember, back in February, when mid-zone KO was just insanely overpowered. Yeah, this year it's not as good as flat zone KO. So I do think that mid-zone is still good, but it's not as good as it can be. One step ahead, I'm going to put in the B tier. Man coverage has slowly been creeping up into existence in Madden 22 for no reason whatsoever other than EA just wants to make me suffer cock and ball torture. But that being said, one step ahead, it's good on man coverage corners. It's 4 AP on man coverage corners. It's 5 AP on zones. And then on slots, it's also 4 AP or 5 AP. But one step. If you like running man-to-man coverage, this is your ability, giving you quicker reactions and basically being one step ahead on man coverage at all times. In other words, which again just disgusts me, but it is what it is with that. Then we have Outmatch. This is F. This is just a waste of AP in my personal opinion. I don't think you should use this ability at all. Pick Artist. Now this has gone from a D tier to an S tier ability. This ability is fantastic. Picks in Madden 22 are just absolutely brutal to get. Good luck trying to get a pick without Pick Artist this year. It is hard to get consistent interceptions this year in Madden 22 for no other reason than that again, EA likes cock and ball torture and making us feel fucking pain every goddamn day. But when they did buff Pick Artist in the most recent patch, it definitely has come to look like Pick Artist is the wave. And Pick Artist has definitely been very, very good for a lot of people. I know a lot of people will say that it's not. Some people will say that it's not very good. Those people are wrong. They are wrong. It is not. Those people are wrong. Pick Artist is very, very good, and you should be rocking it. Next, we have Short Route KO. I think I've heard some people say it was a glitch, so I'm going to put it in C just because I don't necessarily know if it is up there in the tier, like how good it is. And then we have Tip Drill. This is F. This is just a waste of an AP slot, in my personal opinion. Next and lastly, we will move on to the final one, which is going to be run stopping abilities. I'm sorry I had to break this up into 3 different ones, but for some reason, like I said earlier, they didn't have one for the entire defense, so they only had it for specific ones, so I had to do it like that. So for Enforcer, I'm actually going to put, oh, come on, there. I'm actually going to put Enforcer in B tier. It's good, but they upped it to 2 AP on linebackers. Now, for a good thing is for the Mutt Master Cam Chancellor, it is 1 AP in his 4th ability slot, which I do like, but there's another ability that I would rather have over that. But Enforcer being guaranteed hit sticks, great usage, great overall, use, I guess. I don't even know where I was going with that. Goal line stuff is an F tier ability. Do not use this ability whatsoever. There is just no point to this ability at all, personally. Inside stuff, I would say it's an A tier ability. I think everyone should have 1 inside stuff on their D-line at all times. Just so that way, even if you don't get the stop, you get a visual indication if it is a run or a pass play. Because if it's on a play action, if someone calls a play action play, the inside stuff will not light up. It won't light up, and it will just go as like a normal passing play. So don't fall. So if you do see this not light up, don't pursue the running back. Drop into your zone coverage. But if you do see this light up, try and shoot that gap and get that running back. Next, we have No Outsiders. This is a B tier ability in my personal opinion. I think this is fine. Honestly, this is honestly fine to me. The only issue is I don't necessarily think it's the greatest. It's not as consistent as inside stuff, and not many people really run outside runs consistently. It's more of like inside the numbers, and even then, when it comes to pursuit angles on the stretches and whatnot, they're a lot better than they have been. There's still there moments where they just don't pursue the running back, the ball carrier, but more often than not, the stretches and the off tackle runs are pretty good. Next, we have Out My Way. I think this is an A tier ability. This ability is free on Cam Chancellor. When you hit 94 overall on your Mutt Master, it is free. So you definitely should pick this ability up over Enforcer, which is why I said I'd rather have this one. It gives you dominant impact block wins on halfbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends. Basically, it just shoves them out of the way and makes it to where you can go continue your pursuit of the runner. Now, unfortunately, it still can happen to where a wide receiver, for some reason, is able to hold Cam Chancellor in a block. I don't understand how that's humanly possible, but hey, I mean, who am I, right? But Out My Way is still a very good ability. I would definitely recommend it. Reach Elite, I'm putting this in D. I have not seen a lot of people use this ability. I don't really think I've seen people use this ability. And even then, when it comes to Reach Elite, I think they even still animate for tackles, even engaged in blocks. So I wouldn't even worry about this, in my personal opinion. I would rather just not deal with it. Next, we have Run Stopper. I'm putting this also in D. I don't think it's very good. It should be good, but it's not, in my personal opinion. It's not very good. It's just not the greatest abilities. It doesn't light up consistently or activate. So I just think that it's kind of useless. Secure Tackler this year specifically, I'm putting it in the A tier. Secure Tackler is a fantastic way to shut down any potential yards after contact, or shut down the stupid fucking bonos that EA for some reason thought it was a great idea to give to us. You know, because again, EA thinks we love cock and ball torture. So that being said, Secure Tackler is a great ability this year. Definitely would recommend picking this up. Have one on your lineup if you can afford it. If you definitely can't afford it, make sure you have one Secure Tackler on your defense. Be it Cam Chancellor or one of your linebackers or a safety even. Just make sure you have one Secure Tackler on your defense to help make sure that the defense, the runner stops in his tracks. Stonewall's F tier. This does nothing. Honestly, this still doesn't do anything. And Secure Tackler is just better because it does the exact same thing, and it also makes sure that the tackle happens. So there's no reason for Stonewall. Strip Specialist, I'm putting it in the D tier. Honestly, I've not heard many people use it this year. I don't really think it's good, so that's why it's in D tier. Unfakeable is F tier. Don't use this ability whatsoever. This ability is a waste of AP. You know, the best way to pretend to make sure you don't get faked out is just to click off when your defensive player is about to make a tackle, or just dive tackle. Honestly, dive tackling this year is insane. So I would just click off, honestly, or just dive tackle. And then we have Tackle Supreme. This is going to be also an F tier. Do not use this ability. It combines Secure Tackler and Unfakeable, but like I said, with the actually we'll put it up to D, maybe even C tier. Actually, I think giving that extra. They're giving the tackle the highest success rate on conservative tackles for C tier, but the problem is the Unfakeable. So we'll put it in the middle for the defensive, for the run stopping abilities, and I think that's going to actually do it for all of them. I think, yes, we went through the pass rush, we went through the defense, we went through the coverage, and we went through the run stop. So that is going to be it for my personal recommendations for abilities, guys. Now this video will be coming out before the offensive abilities, just to give you guys a little bit of a help with your defense a tiny bit. Now, I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas, and yeah, this video will be coming out hopefully in the afternoon, early afternoon, and then late afternoon, maybe even the evening, we'll get the offensive ones out there. If not, they will be out on the next day. It'll be out the next day. So that being said, guys, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.